بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. We are studying Surah Al-Kahf, ayah number 70, inshallah. Last time we said Musa alayhi salam finally found al-Khidr, and again, as we said, for any student to learn from the teacher, that student has to be humble regardless of the difference in rank. And it does happen that the student can be a higher rank or has more knowledge than the teacher. It does happen. Like this example, Musa alayhi salam in total, no doubt, has more knowledge than al-Khidr. But
Sheikh,
Allah gave al-Khidr this special knowledge. Is there a question?
yes, when Sayyidina Musa went there first time, when the two river meets, how come he didn't meet Khidr at the time, but we're coming back and then he met him there?
So when he came back, but it's all, يعني Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted it to happen this way,
Mhm.
to test Musa alayhi salam's patience. Like he's going to go and miss and go back again, look for it, to show us how dedicated he was. Yeah. But the area, see, besides the area where the sea meet is a big area. It's not a small area. That's a big area. So you could be, you can pass by it and he can be in a different place, but still in the same area where the sea meets with the river.
Okay.
So two things had to happen, the area and the fish, the sign. That's why they missed it.
Thank you.
You are welcome, inshallah. So Musa alayhi salam said to al-Khidr, he said, هل أتبعك على أن تعلمني مما علمت رشدا. I am willing to be your follower. As we said, Musa is higher rank than al-Khidr, but in this situation, I want to be your student. I am going to humble myself before you. All I want you to do, I will be your follower. Just teach me from what Allah has taught you. So Al-Khidr said to him, إِنَّكَ لَن تَسْتَطِيعَ مَعِيَ صَبْرًا. Indeed, you cannot be patient with me. And we said last time, he said, with me. He added that. He didn't say you're not gonna be patient. He said, you cannot be patient with me, meaning it's not you, it's me. I am going to put you in a big test. You're going to go through a difficult test. So you cannot be patient with me. So if you don't pass the test, it's not because of you, it's because of me. This is too difficult for you. So Musa alayhi salam said to him, قَالَ سَتَجِدُنِي إِنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ صَابِرًا. You will find me, if Allah wills, patient. وَلَا أَعْصِي لَكَ أَمْرًا. And I will not disobey a single command you give me. And we said last week, even though Al-Khidr did not say anything about obedience, he didn't tell him, you have to obey me. He told him, you have to be patient. If you're going to go with me, you have to be patient. But Musa alayhi salam wanted to assure him that no matter what happens, if anything you tell me to do, I will do it. I will not disobey you. And again, those are the conditions of learning. If you're serious about learning from a teacher, you have to humble yourself before the teacher and obey your teacher, as long as the teacher is not telling you to do something haram. So, ayah number 70, قَالَ فَإِنِ اتَّبَعْتَنِي. He wanted to make sure that this is what you want. Al-Khidr saying, if you're really going to follow me, then I have one condition. لا تسألني عن شيء حتى أحدث لك منه ذكرى. Do not ask me about anything I do. This is the only condition I have. You will follow me. So he agreed to that part. You will be my follower. He agreed to that. You will be my follower. And if I tell you anything or I do anything, you will not ask me until I mention something about it to you. So he told him, I'm going to let you know about it later. Not as it happens, later on, I will tell you why I did this, but not as it happens. So that was the only condition. You will go with me, you will follow me, you will watch, and you will remain quiet. You will not ask me, why did I do this? Now, here there is an important point to mention. The main thing to learn is, and this is not easy for anyone, including myself, that sometimes things happen and we don't like it. but there is a good reason why it happened. That's the main thing. And that's the main theme in this whole story. And this is why Allah wants us, or the Prophet ﷺ ordered us to read Surah Al-Kahf once every week, to remind ourselves with that important rule in this life. Things can happen and we might not like it, and it's still a good thing for us. You know the rule, عسى أن تكرهوا شيئا وهو خير لكم وعسى أن تحبوا شيئا وهو شر لكم. You might hate something when in fact it's good for you, and you might like something when in fact it's bad for you. We still ask Allah not to be tested. We do not want to go through any test because we are weak, we are fragile, and we get upset quickly. We ask Allah for His forgiveness and His mercy. But at the same time, many things happen. You don't like it, but there is a reason, and this is the main thing for the 3 trips Musa alayhi salam is going to make with al-Khidr. It's all about the same thing. The first one, فَانْطَلَقَا, and this is an important point here. فَانْطَلَقَا, quickly they left. They set in their journey. They went in their journey. There was no discussion. The problem here, we as Muslims spent years preparing for something and then we don't do it even in the end. That's the problem we have. We prepare and we have meetings and we go back and forth and we end up not doing it all. Musa alayhi salam went to al-Khidr. I will follow you. Will you teach me? Just don't ask me anything. Fine. Bismillah. Right away. No time wasted. We don't have to go back and forth for so many years. This is a problem we all have. We still meetings and discussions and this and that before we make any decisions, and in the end we don't make any decisions. So this is important. فَانْطَلَقَا, immediately they left.
Both of them. The means third person, his servant is gone. That means
they say, well, I mean, Yusha, the third one, is not going to be mentioned anymore in the story.
Yeah.
So he went back to Banu Israel. He did not accompany them.
Yeah, but it said that 2 of them left. Means
Two of them went. Yeah. But that doesn't mean he did not follow them. It's possible that Allah is not talking about him. They both of them, because they are the ones, the main character of the story now. It's possible because some scholars say Allah is not talking about Yusha, but that doesn't mean he wasn't there. It's possible that he was following them, or some of the scholars say he went back to Banu Israel. So Allahu Alam, both are possible. Okay. Next, where are we now? So they both started their journey. حتى إذا ركبا في السفينة خرقا. Now the story goes again. Some details are not mentioned here. That they boarded the ship. The ship was owned by some poor people. That's all they had, the ship, and they used to run some trade. They were merchants, and they were poor. They were not, the rich ones, and all they had was that ship. And they were very friendly. To make the test even more difficult for Musa alayhi salam, the owner of the ship were very friendly and very nice. And they did not even charge Musa and Khidr anything. So on purpose, the test was going to be more difficult because if those people were mean, they were rude, and then Al-Khidr makes a crack in the ship, then Musa might not ask. Well, they were not friendly at all, so maybe understandable. But they were very friendly, very nice. They did not charge them any money. They let them board the ship for free. So on the top of that, you make a crack in the ship. That's too much. So that's what happened. When they boarded the ship, حتى إذا ركبا في السفينة خرقها. He made a crack in it. Now Musa alayhi salam saw this. He could not stop himself. He forgot that he gave his word to Al-Khidr that he's not going to ask any questions. And again, that tells you the character of Musa alayhi salam. And this is the character of all the prophets, all the messengers. They cannot see something wrong happening in front of them and ignore it. So this is not something to be taken against Musa. Like Musa alayhi salam was impatient, or Musa alayhi salam did not keep his promise, or Musa alayhi salam did this or did that. it shows you that Musa alayhi salam, as a prophet, cannot tolerate something wrong happening in front of him and just ignore it. He had to speak. Doesn't matter what he said earlier. I saw something wrong. I have to speak. We have this problem today as Muslims. We see things happening in front of us and they are wrong and we don't say anything. And we know the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, whoever sees al-munkar, something wrong is happening in front of him, he should change it with his hand if he was able to, with his mouth if he was not able to do with the hand, and at least in his heart, and this is the weakest level of iman, if he couldn't change it either with his mouth or his hand. So speaking up when you see something wrong is happening is important. That's amr al-ma'ruf and nahi anil munkar. So I would be surprised if Musa alayhi salam was able to see this and he just remained quiet. I will be surprised because this is not the character of a prophet. He saw something wrong. Those people are nice. They did not charge us any money. They are poor. That's all they have. And on the top of that, you made a crack in the ship. قَالَ أَخَرَقْتَهَا لِتُغْرِقَ أَهْلَهَا. Did you make the crack because you want them to drown? Is that how you repay their kindness? You want them to drown? And they say here, Musa alayhi salam, there is a nice point here. If they drown, Musa will drown with them, no? Musa is on the ship. Musa and Khidr is with them. He was not even worried about his own safety. And again, this is the character of the Prophet. He didn't say, we're going to drown with them. If they drown, Al-Khidr and Musa are going to drown with them. It's not like they are somewhere else. They are with them on the ship. So this is a nice point to mention here, that Musa was on the ship with Al-Khidr, and he didn't say, oh my God, we're going to drown. He put the people's safety before his own. And again, these are the manners of the prophets. First, he saw something wrong happening in front of him, so he spoke up against it. Number two, he didn't care about his own safety, even though if the ship sinks, they all are going to drown. Not only the people of the ship, but even Musa alayhi salam and Khidr. لَقَدْ جِئْتَ شَيْئًا إِمْرًا. Imra means evil, level of evil. It's not, later on we're going to say nukra. Nukra is even more evil. Imra means this, what you have done is a form of evil. Because why did he not say this is an extremely evil act? Because it was not a definite thing that's 100% going to happen, that the ship is going to sink. He made a crack. It's possible that they might not sink, depending on how far they are from the shore and how much water is leaking inside the ship. Of course, the ship is not going to sink. It's going to be close to sinking, but it's not going to sink. So, لَقَدْ جِئْتَ شَيْئًا إِمْرًا, what you have done is evil. Why did you do that? So Musa, Al-Khidr, he's not a prophet, he said, أَلَمْ أَقُلْ إِنَّكَ لَن تَسْتَطِيعَ مَعِيَ صَبْرًا. Did I not say you cannot be patient with me? Did I not tell you that? So Al-Khidr ignored Musa's question. He didn't answer the question. Musa alayhi salam asked, why did you do that? Why did you make a crack? He didn't answer that. He said, I told you originally when you promised you're not going to. And this is another thing which is important to mention here. The teacher should always be in control. He did not lose it. You told me, what is this? You promised. Why? What's wrong? Why are you not listening to me? Why this? Like some teachers lose their mind. Some teachers have no mind to begin with. So قال ألم أقل إنك لن تستطيع معي صبرا. And that shows you that Al-Khidr was in control and he was calm. Did I not say that you will be unable to be patient with me? You cannot be patient with me. So Musa alayhi salam said, لا تؤاخذني بما نسيت. Do not hold this against me. I forgot. Please do not hold this. I said it. I was emotional. I was upset. Do not hold it against me. تؤاخذني means don't hold this against me. بما نسيت, I forgot. ولا ترهقني من أمري عسرا. Do not make things difficult for me. Which means please let it go. Well, just one time. I'm not going to do it again. So, لا ترهقني. Yurhiq is to give somebody a hard time. Usra, difficult. So do not make this too difficult for me. It's already difficult. Following you and seeing these things is difficult as is. Do not make it more difficult, please. So Musa apologized. لا تؤاخذني. Don't hold it against me. I forgot. And Al-Khidr did not say anything, and the conversation ended. And this is again important. We see always the conversation is very short. Musa alayhi salam meets Al-Khidr. Will you let me follow you? I will be obedient. Khidr says, I don't think you can be patient with me. I promise I'm going to be patient. End of the conversation. We don't have to go back and forth a million times. Musa forgot, and he asked him, why did you make the crack? Did I not tell you? I'm sorry, I forgot. Please don't make it difficult for me. The end of the conversation. I wish if we were that practical. We have to go back and forth and back and forth. Did I not tell you? Are you going to promise me again? What guarantees to me that you're not going to ask a second time? None of that has to happen. People do not have to go, but we are the ones who like to talk too much.
Sheikh, a quick question on the last turhikni. The literal meaning of that turhikni.
So yurhiq to give someone a hard time,
Okay.
to make things difficult for someone. So that's what arhaqa comes from the
Exhaust.
to make somebody exhausted, to make things difficult for someone. Yeah, irhaq is exhaustion. So min amri, from my matter, usra, difficult. Do not make this matter too difficult for me. It's already difficult as is. Okay?
Okay. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. فانطلقا, so they left in their second journey. حتى إذا لقيا غلاما فقتله. This is even more difficult than the first one. And may Allah not test us, of course, we are again weak. He saw a young man and he killed him. The ayah does not say how he killed him, but the tafsir, the mufassirin say he killed him in a very, want to say gruesome way, very, like he decapitated the young man in front of Musa. And the child was playing with other kids. Didn't do anything wrong. Imagine how Musa will feel, alayhi salam. There is no way he can be patient with that. He said, أَقَتَلْتَ نَفْسًا زَكِيَّةً بِغَيْرِ نَفْسٍ. And again, remember, Musa alayhi salam is not speaking out of desire or out of his own sense of justice. He has the Tawrat. So killing someone unjustly is haram in the Torah, just like it is in Islam, by the way. And the Jews today who are killing the Palestinians in the thousands, that is forbidden in their own religion, in their own book, in the Torah. You cannot. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, من أجل ذلك كتبنا على بني إسرائيل in Surah Al-Ma'idah. We prescribed for the children of Israel, the Jews يعني, for بني إسرائيل أنه من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا. Whoever kills one soul unjustly to Allah, as if this person has killed the whole humanity. So it's even in the Torah, in the Jewish book.
Yeah, but I don't know about their malaqat. Malaqat, is that what they refer to? It's a fight, apparently. And God had told them to kill everybody.
No, that's made up. They made it up themselves. We're talking about the real Torah. So in Musa alayhi salam's teachings, killing an innocent person is a crime.
Yeah.
So he is not speaking out of what he thinks is wrong. This time, a murder has been done in front of him, and according to the Torah, this is haram. So he said to him, أَقَتَلْتَ نَفْسًا زَكِيَّةً, you have killed a pure soul unjustly, بِغَيْرِ نَفْس, which means this boy did not kill anyone. When it becomes just, when a person kills another person, then the punishment will be death. But this young man did not kill anyone. He did not say. Again, it's a test for Musa. They were just traveling. He found a young man and he killed him. Right, just like that. He didn't say anything. He didn't speak anything. And there are so many stories about how gruesome he did it in a terrible way, on purpose, to put Musa through this difficult test. You promised not to ask any questions, and you're going to see something really bad. I'm not going to tell you, I read some of the tafasir. They explain exactly how he did it. And it's unbelievable. Really, yani, you won't see that in a movie.
But
Really?
Sheikh,
Yeah.
there were other people there, they didn't catch him, or there's no law of the land there that if somebody kills
They
somebody.
say there were only a bus of children playing. Nobody else saw it except the children. And it looks like Al-Khidr did it and he left. Yeah. There's not really mentioned about where were the people? Did they not catch him or anything like that? He did it and he left.
Mhm.
How did he know he should kill the... Well, I mean, all the things Al-Khidr is doing is according to the revelation of Allah. And this is going to come later on.
Yeah.
We said earlier, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, آتَيْنَاهُ مِن لَدُنَّا عِلْمًا. I have given him this special knowledge of the unseen, was given only to Al-Khidr. So Al-Khidr was not, and he's going to say that later, I was not acting on my own accord.
Mhm.
That was the command of Allah. That was the knowledge that Allah gave him. And this is the knowledge Musa was looking for, he wanted to learn. So he killed the young man in front of Musa alayhi salam. Of course, Musa could not control himself. How can you kill the young man? He didn't do anything wrong. لَقَدْ جِئْتَ شَيْئًا نُكْرًا. This is munkar. What you have done is terrible. Munkar is a higher level than imra in evil. And no doubt, making a crack in the ship, people can still survive. But now this boy, it's over. Now, ayah number 75. Al-Khidr says, قَالَ أَلَمْ أَقُلْ لَكَ إِنَّكَ لَن تَسْتَطِيعَ مَعِيَ صَبْرًا. Here he added laka, to you. Did I not say to you that you cannot be patient with me? Earlier he did not say to you, by the way. In ayah number 72, أَلَمْ أَقُلْ إِنَّكَ لَن تَسْتَطِيعَ مَعِيَ صَبْرًا. Did I not say that you are not going to be able to be patient with me? Ayah number 75, did I not say to you that you are not going to be patient with me? He added laka, to you. And that implies a little anger. I was speaking to you when I said you are not going to be patient. So here, laka, he added laka to imply that Al-Khidr was getting a little angry. This is the second time. So the first time, Musa alayhi salam forgot. Al-Khidr said to him, did I not say, he did not say to you, did I not say you are not going to be patient with me? The second time, did I not say to you, I was talking to you, and you still broke your promise. So that implies some anger. I was talking to you. لك إنك لن تستطيع معي صبرا. At this point, Musa says, إن سألتك قال إن سألتك عن شيء بعدها فلا تصاحبني. If I just give me one more chance. If I ask you again, then don't let me accompany you. لقد بلغت من لدني عذرا. This is basically you have the point. I have no excuse. قد بلغت من لدني عذرا means I really have no excuse to justify what I did. I promised you and I broke my promise twice. But now, by the way, there is a very important point I want to say here. Musa, when he said that to Al-Khidr, if I ask you another question, don't let me accompany you. Some people think, or they misunderstand the ayah. They think Musa is telling him, which means you do not have to take me with you anymore. So it's like I'm doing this for you. But actually Musa is doing this for himself. He's telling him, I cannot go with you anymore. I cannot tolerate what you're doing. So we have to look at it from a different perspective. Not that I'm doing this for you, I'm doing this for myself. I cannot keep going with you. If you cannot keep doing this, And if I cannot control myself one more time and I ask you another question, don't let me go with you. I don't want to go with you, basically. I cannot take what you're doing.